Well, first we should highlight the tremendous progress which have been done in Spain over the past decade to improve road safety. Spain has had an incredible record in terms of reducing road fatalities. It managed to reduce it by nearly half. So I think that the first thing is to continue on this good trend and to continue implementing the good measures which have started during this decade. Spain, as an example, has introduced a demerit point system. It has reviewed his penal code to allow to punish drink driving offences and speed driving offences. So I think that the first thing is to continue to implement the good measures which have been implemented over the past decade. I think that the legal system is there, so it's primarily a question of enforcement. It is very important to enforce the measures that already exist. There is maybe no need for new measures, but it's important to enforce the existing measures. Well, there are some emerging problems. One of them is the safety of motorcyclists. Unlike other road users, the trend for motorcyclist fatalities is not so good. I told you a few minutes ago that Spain managed to reduce by 50% the number of fatalities overall, but the result is not at all the same for motorcyclists, and this is common to nearly all OECD countries. So there is an emergency need to do something to improve the safety of motorcyclists. Another emerging issue is the issue of distracted driving. Now everybody has a cell phone in his or in her car, and everybody is tempting to text in while driving, and this is really a new issue which needs to be tackled. We lack research on the effective extent of this problem, on the impact on driving, on road safety, but this is clearly an area where we must do something. Well, it's important to enforce the speed limits which already exist. This is the most important thing. There is no need to review the limits if then there is no enforcement or if the limits are not applied. So the most important thing is to enforce the existing limit. Regarding urban areas, the speed limit is now 50 kilometers per hour. This is the general speed limit, and I think that we should encourage, to the extent possible, the adoption of 30 kilometers per hour zones in the city centers, because there is a need in the centers to have lower speed to protect the vulnerable road users, which are the pedestrians and the cyclists. I would support a lower blood alcohol concentration. Maybe 0 is not the right limit, because you may, if you take medicine as an example, you may have some alcohol in your blood. But in Spain, the BAC is 0.5, and it would make sense maybe to have a 0.2 or 0.3 for young drivers. Young drivers are extremely vulnerable on the road. They have much higher risk of being involved in a crash, so it's anything we can do to reduce this risk is something to be considered. Well, we should not consider cutting the expenditure on maintenance. If you do that, the long-term consequences will be very bad, because the expenses that you will have in 10 years or 15 years will be huge. So it's not the right thing to cut on the maintenance costs. In addition, it's also a source of jobs, and in the current situation, it's also a mean to maintain the job levels. The three of them. We need good infrastructure, we need good drivers, we need good laws. So if you have, and good vehicles, and if you have all these, then you could have a good road safety performance.